Well, it's July, and that means we get to start talking about monsoon season. Thought I'd explain what it means, how it forms, really how it impacts you. So first of all, monsoon is just a wind shift that brings wet weather to the Four Corners region in North America. There's also a monsoon well over to the other continents across the Pacific Ocean, but let's focus on the United States. Now, the jet stream during the summer months, July and August, is when all this warm air builds and shoves it north. We get hot, we get that air to rise, and again, the jet stream ridges way up into Canada. Now, when this happens, what we do is build a high pressure system right towards the Four Corners region. Now, the winds in a high pressure system spin clockwise around that high. Now, what also happens is we're real hot during the summer in the desert, right? Well, this develops a thermal low. Basically, so much hot air rising, there's actually a smaller low pressure center over the desert southwest. Well, the winds spin counterclockwise or cyclonic around a low, and guess what? Clockwise flow, counterclockwise flow, we get it right through the middle up to Arizona. And this system, or rather these two systems, work together to pull moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of California, the Pacific Ocean, and the Sierra Madre Mountains. Now, the biggest pull is actually the Gulf of California. That direct ocean stream gets sucked right up into Arizona. It's a huge state for monsoons. But guess what? Colorado also gets plenty of this action too. So here's kind of the typical setup during a monsoon summer day. Remember, the big months of it are July through August. So the moisture comes up and gets pushed up against the mountains into the atmosphere. So around midday, usually it starts to be any time between about 11, 12, sometimes as late as 1 o'clock, we get some clouds or storms to form over the mountains. Now, with that high pressure area above us, they're usually drugged from the mountains towards the I-25 corridor. So like Colorado Springs. This happens a little bit more to the afternoon, generally around or after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 1 to 3 is kind of that prime time. And these storms aren't always super quick moving, but they'll usually put down some pretty heavy rain as they go. Sometimes hail, flash flooding tends to be one thing we watch out most for. Now, that's in the afternoon, again, usually about 1 to 3 o'clock. What typically happens is these storms then continue to move east to the plains over the evening. Now, as the evening comes in, we get the sun to go away, we cool the atmosphere down, and these storms just start to lose their energy, and so they'll fade. The big thing with monsoon season, again, is the flash flooding potential, because you'll get sometimes daily rains in the same areas, especially over the mountains, and the burn scars over and over and over. There's a lot of pluses to monsoon season. We get usually our most rain of the whole year in July to August. It'll help with wildfire season. The good news is it usually helps to replenish our reservoirs, which is great to help get us into a weather winter.